Hello everyone, this is Jake, and today we are briefly going to talk about the operators. So the operator has been just added to the game, and in this video we are going to having a short introduction of the operator system. There's many different things to consider when it comes to operators, how to acquire them, how to level it up, how to invest into them. We are going to talk about the basic a bit, then we will break down each units down in the separate video in the future, and we'll definitely let you guys know which units will be pretty good from the standard ones that you can get within the C server right now. But other than that, let's jump into video. There's quite a lot of things to talk about, and it's going to be a lot of confusing things because it's a brand new system. So hold on tight, we'll talk about all these things down the road eventually, and that's just the beginning of it. But let's jump into the video and talk about operators. So what is the operator? Operators are basically equipments that you can say for the ship. This operator comes with this extra stat bonuses that you can give to your ship. For example, Ision will be getting 20% extra HP and 49% extra damage, 5% defense, and 8% skill haste for your ship. So the ships will be a little bit more tankier, doing a lot more damage, and able to get some faster skill cooldown time. And every operator has a kind of different stats, and these other stats will level up as you level up their levels. For example, it's 20 something right now, and if I level up her levels here, as you can see, the HP goes up a little bit, attack goes up a little bit, as well as defense. Skill cooldown, the skill haste, will usually not change. So that is the first benefit the operator gives to your ship. The second benefit it has is the skill. Each operator comes with the unique skills, and for Ision, for example, once you trigger the combo, she's able to give a buff for 15 seconds for every striker units on the field, and those strikers will get the stun immunity, and they'll be receiving 10% extra attack, and also getting 15% type damage advantage buff. And definitely gonna be kind of minor, but with the striker comp with the Ision, you can definitely have a lot of fun with the new Detroit. I think you can really catch them by a surprise, because the Ision with the new Detroit will be getting a lot of attack boost, and as you can see from my Nile video, Detroit with the ultimate skills with the Ision's buff would be actually able to do a decent amount of damage. So that's the skill she has, and then they also come with the passive skills. And the passive skill, there's so many different passive skills it could come with. Each time you obtain the operators, that will come with the random passive skills, and there's a lot of different things. There's like an aerial damage resistance, anti-ground damage resistance, accuracy bonus, evasion bonus, and critical chance, critical damage, range damage resistance, AoE damage resistance, and all these different stats on it. And some of them are definitely really bad compared to others, and some of them are definitely better than one other. So we'll go and definitely talk about which one is better, which one isn't. But that is basically what the operator is. It basically gives extra stats for your ships, extra skills that you can trigger with your combo, which you have to deploy units in the order. Passive skills are there to always give some minor buff to your units. So hopefully that first part kind of introduces what the operator is, and you'll now understand what the combo is, and now you understand what kind of benefit they give to you and your squad and your ships. Now, next thing we'll talk about is how to invest into these operators. The first you can do to invest into operator is definitely leveling up, and you can acquire these. You can turn your XP books to this chip data thing within your craft station, and you're able to use this to level up your operators. And trust me, operators are very grindy thing, and they said it from the start when they released the first time in the Korean server, and it is the end gear kind of type of thing that you just want to ultimately invest in every single time, every chance you get. And for me, for example, it's still a very long grind. I have not finished yet, and I'm not sure when I will be finished with it, but you'll be spending a lot of time with it. Luckily, I think you don't really have to max it out. I think if you max out a little bit, it definitely helps you out. I don't think you're gonna have too much disadvantage of having the operators at level 1. It's the main thing is definitely their operator skills that will be giving essential buff. I think that's basically the main thing. And a lot of times in PvE, you don't really have to worry about the ship's HP nor ship's attack attributes, because it's not going to do that much thing. Within PvP, I can see if you have a max operator and other people don't, then you might be able to feel some difference, but other than that case, it will not really help. But that is pretty much what operator is. When it comes to leveling up, it gives an extra stat bonus to HP, attack, and defense. Now, operators comes with different skills as well, like I said, and each operator can level up their skills up to level 8, and once you level up to level 8, that is pretty much it. That'll be the max level. And how to level up this skill is going to be pretty brutal just to let you know, is because you need the exact same operator. So I did some gacha and I have this operator here, and we'll have to use the same operator. You have to feed the same operator to level up their skill. Success rate is 100%, so it is pretty good. But if you have different operators, let's say if I want to level up my Sigma here to next level, let's go and level her up. I can kind of try to feed her, but I cannot use her to level up the skill because it is different skills. You have to feed exactly the same units with the same skill, otherwise you won't be able to level up. What you can do is, though, if the gold operators, the SSR operator, have a better passive skills that you want to give to your other SSR operators, then this is probably the highest rate, which gives a 50% chance to kind of transmit this passive skills to new units. And we'll definitely talk more about this section a bit later in the video, maybe in the separate video. But basically, just try to understand this. If you want to level up your operators, you have to use the same thing. There is no way to level up their skills yet. Maybe down the road for Korean server, maybe they will add something, but ultimately this is what the areas comes in where the whales could really take a benefit of, but they will have to spend a lot of money if they really want to max out the operator skill really quickly. And I think definitely some units that you really want to invest into it, but other operators here you don't. So that's what it is really, but the operators are kind of like that. So that's how you kind of level up their skill. It's pretty brutal. Like I said, you have to get total of 8 of them to get the maximum skill, because you have to get the base one, then you have to feed it 7 times to level up their skills to level 8. So that sounds pretty crazy. Passive skills are pretty similar, but the passive skill is a little bit more forgiving because you can definitely use other units, and you can use other units that you roll the gacha with, and sometimes they will come with the passive skill that you can use. And this is what you do. You're able to kind of feed them in, then you have a 15% chance to level up this type of advantage skill to next level to give an extra thing. I think this thing maxes out at level 10. I'm not too sure, I kind of forgot. It might be maxed out level 8 as well. Not too sure, I never went that far, but like that is also a lot of grind, and it is a bit better than leveling up the skills in a certain sense, but you're gonna be needing a lot of info because it costs a lot of info to level up their skills. And I tried to do that with one of the new units recently, and as you can see, my info book is pretty low right now. I'm only at around 30,000. I'm only around like 30,000, which I used to have way more. But that's what the operators are when it comes to kind of leveling up their passive skill as well their operator skills. You have to kind of feed the same unit for the operator skills, and if you want to level up their passive skill, you have to feed in like same units with the passive, and you have to gamble with the RNG basically. But that's it. That's how you level up their skills. So far we talked about what kind of things operator does to your squad and your ship, and the second thing we talked about is how to invest into them, level up their skills, level up their levels, and level up their passive skills and other stuffs. Now the most important thing is how to acquire these operators. So we'll talk about this in the next part of the video. So this is how to acquire the operator units, and you basically have to roll the operator banners, and that is pretty much the only way you can acquire these operators. There's no other stage to farm these R or N units. This gacha is the only way to get these units. So if you don't really do gachas, then you're not going to be able to get a lot of trash units to feed your operators to level up their skills and other aspects of the operators to make them a little bit stronger. And as you can see, the gacha is pretty brutal, and first thing you have to notice is the gacha for operator banner does not have a pity. So that is pretty much the endless pit. You have to kind of throw down the money. Now good thing is that you can definitely go and check out within Task Planet Point shop that you are able to get the operators from there, and you need 3,000 points to purchase the operators from the shops, and it will give you the guarantee one. So you are able to just select any operators you want to buy. Every time new operator gets added to the game, they will be added to the shop right away, so you don't have to wait until the banner ends. So here I didn't get her, so which is kind of shame. But that's what the operator is. There's no pity, so if you get, they do get the rate up bonus when they have their own banners like this. but chances are there's tons of other operators that you could be getting off this banner, so the salt could be really real. Hey, you never know, you could just roll 10-20 times and get the operators. You might be like, oh, that's fine, but when you start to get really unlucky, there is just endless pits, and you're just gonna feel like you're just throwing down the tickets and you're not getting anything out of it at the end of the day. So this video is just me trying to show you guys by spending all my precious tickets and the course and whatever I have left to show you guys that it is pretty brutal to roll this gacha for a lot of people. So if you're a totally kind of dolphin and free to player, I highly advise you not to go down this path and start spending money on this operator banners, because if you get unlucky, you're just gonna get shit on, like, really. And if you get lucky, then yeah, you might feel like, oh my god, I got like 10 operators and like 100 pulls. I mean, if you get lucky, you could be like, oh, I'm getting all these operators off this banner. That's pretty lucky, right? Where I'm just here, just dying here. I'm just like, I'm not, oh my god, I'm not getting any operators here. What's going on? But so hope this video kind of show you guys that the operator banners are pretty brutal. So that's not something that you want to really spend your time and money into. It is definitely pretty addicting. I think the gacha banner for character is definitely kind of not satisfying for whales. So sometimes the whales just sit down and they just spend an endless amount of money on operator banners to level up their skills. As you level up, you're definitely going to see a huge difference with their skill gaps. So operators banners is definitely pretty painful, but you do get something out of it if you do spend the money. It's just the fact amount of money you have to spend to get the most out of it, and it's just pretty crazy. So I don't really recommend a lot of players to go out this way. Like I said, unless you're a mega whale who has an infinite amount of funding, then you're gonna have a lot of fun with the operator systems, especially the gacha part. But that is how to acquire these operators. It was pretty painful to me, and I watched it again, it is still pretty painful. But yeah, that is what the operator gacha is, and that's how you acquire the dupe or extra characters to acquire and run the banner for it. Now this is the reason why I've been telling you guys to save up your task planet points. And as you can see, I already bought the Serena here, so I ran the banner. I did not get anything. I got some task planet points from the running operator banners, so I was able to buy her right off the bats. And as you can see, there's other units that you can buy, and all these units that you can buy with the 3,000 points. And right now you should have this basic 5 units, and in the future there will be 1 units released one after another, and that will be added to the shop right away. And you can buy this once a week, so you see there's a counter on it, so when the weekly reset happens, I'm able to get another one of her if I have a 3,000 task planet points. So this part, let's talk about my kind of opinions on how to smartly invest into operators. The best way you can definitely invest into operators is saving this task planet points every single way possible. Don't use it on any other things. Don't try to buy this recruitment tickets or any other things over here. Just keep saving these points, as you're gonna get some from daily free pulls. Sometimes they'll give you like 150 pulls from the event that's going on right now. Sometimes they'll do some events and give some task planet points for logging events and such. So there's gonna be events here and there, they'll be throwing your operators, and sometimes you run the awaken banner and you pity it, then you're gonna get some task planet points that you can use to buy these things. Sometimes you pity character, you're gonna get some task planet points. So they do stack up time to time, unless you get lucky every single time, then you're probably not going to be having that much task planet points. But if you are pretty unlucky like me time to time, then you're gonna be having a decent amount of these, and you should be able to buy a decent amount. I bought a couple of Olivias in the past, as well as a Sigma, and I think I would definitely invest into one of the newer operators and tell you guys how it is. That's how I've been acquiring them. This is basically the main shop, the saving grace, by not having the pity for the banner and kind of justifying it, I guess. Like, if this wasn't a thing, I think a lot of people would be pissed off about the operator system, but because this is our thing, and you can still get a good experience with the operators with just basic level 1. So that's why a lot of people are just kind of brush it off and just say, oh, this is that kind of extra thing the whale could go for if you really want to get high advantage by paying, like, I think entrance level is definitely like $1,000 range. It's not even hundreds of dollars to range. Now, if you get lucky, then you could, but if you don't get lucky like I was right there, then yeah, it's gonna be pretty brutal. But other than that, I think it is pretty, to me, this is just more of the collection value than the actual usage. I just try to collect every single one of them. I try to buy them from the operator shops. Unless I don't really like them, then I try to pass it on. But for example, Kimana I definitely really like, so I bought it off from the shop right away. I bought the Olivia, I bought the Sigma a couple times. Like I said, I bought Monica from the shop, and Serena I definitely bought it up, and I didn't really have to roll for it. I did not have to, I could have saved it, but I just want to show you guys how brutal it is in the first hand experience, so let you guys know you probably not want to dip your toes in the gacha banner there. But that is pretty much about the operators in my opinions when it comes to acquiring them and how I have been doing with those units in the past like year and a half of playing the game. One good thing about operator as well is definitely the SR units that you are going to be acquiring quite a lot if you just roll the banner a little bit, and some of these operators are definitely really crucial and really good. For example, Nahiden is amazing operator that you could be used with your mechanic deck. So a lot of people will use her, and skill level 8 is going to be giving 15% attack speed along with cleansing all their debuffs on them. So that is pretty good operators. And Mark Finley is another great operator that you could be investing into. At the skill level 6, Mark Finley will be giving 17% range damage, which is really good, along with the 20% accuracy boost for 15 seconds. And it is pretty easy to trigger as a ranger, and sniper, so a lot of times you will definitely use him into some content like the danger close, and other units are more of the waifu collection. And there are some units definitely really crazy with the gauntlet. Definitely Sigma is definitely one of the crucial ones right now, especially the Evolve one came out. For the 10 seconds, she's able to give 10% barrier that's unerasable, just like the Awakening Healer's barrier that she's able to give to her teammates, and it's going to give away the type damage boost, and it's going to be 25% for at level 3. I think when you max out the skill, when you max out to level 8, I think she does about the 45% extra damage or type of advantage damage. So the amount of DPS burst that you can get with the max level Sigma is pretty insane. Some units are more defensive option like Olivia. Olivia is more of the kind of cleansing all the debuff you have and giving beat off the health regeneration along with the damage resistance buff for like a couple seconds, like with 10 seconds. And there are some other units. Kimana definitely been one of my favorite operators to use since she got buffed, because it is much easier to trigger her buff now, just the ranger and the supporter units. And by using this, you are able to gain 1 cost, and for the 15 seconds you are getting some slip immunity and giving 8% skill haste, which is not too crazy, but getting that 1 extra cost definitely helps you out. And some place like a scavenger dive, having her definitely helped me out to get some different tactics going on to clear the stage. Before I close up this video, if you want to spend your operator's point right now, and if you want to buy a units, I can say 2 units are definitely worthwhile, especially the Lana McKenzie. She is really good units for the PvE content. Lana is able to give huge DPS boost to your units. It's going to giving attack and attack speed 8% for all units for 12 seconds when you trigger the combos, and that is pretty decent. She is able to give a pretty nice damage boost to all your units, and I definitely use her time to time within the danger close, and she definitely does boost up your DPS, as you can see from some of my clips I posted on my channel, so go and check it out. But Sigma, I think, is definitely one of the future operator units that you kind of want to wait for if you really want to tackle down and start wailing on the banner, because like I said, all this character will be merged into one banner every time the new character comes out. So let's say if you don't invest into single Lena and you keep rolling the Sigma banner because you're a whale, then you might be getting 10 Lena instead of Sigma, who knows. It has been pretty long video for just introduction of it. It is very complex system. I'll go more in details of leveling up their skills and what is the best way to kind of invest into them farther in different video. Also, there'll be kind of tier lists that I'll be making for these operators units both in PvE and PvP from my experience within Korean server, and what you can be investing into in the future to make sure you don't really waste your resources into kind of wrong operators that's not really used quite often. But anyways, that is pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I definitely really enjoyed this operator for the collection value. It's definitely more of the waifu aspects than the actual like good units. That's why I like collect them. Like, come on, that is pretty pretty nice, and I definitely really enjoy using her a lot. And also, not to mention, where's the other character here, like the Lena. It's pretty cute. I definitely like Lena. But the Chloe is definitely one of my favorite character. That's the death stare she gives you and the smile. But anyways, that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time in my other operators videos in the future. Some other guys that I can probably give you guys. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope this video kind of gave you some insight of the operators. Hope this video kind of made you understand what the operators are, and maybe you made up your mind what you kind of want to invest into right now, and maybe you want to invest into Ision to finish up that striker comp, maybe you want to invest into Lena for PvE usage, and maybe you want to just wait out for future operator units that's like Kim Hana or like Sigma or other units. But anyways, that is pretty much it, guys. This is Jake. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.